After weeks of reacting to what's going on in the property market in relation to the coronavirus, let's switch our focus now and look at three things you could be doing right now to help supercharge your rental income to really increase what your portfolio does over the next 3, 6, 12 months. And this is about positioning yourself in the marketplace to capitalize on opportunities to come out of lockdown with a much bigger level of income, but also to kind of get you thinking a little bit beyond where you are today. And this really depends on where you are with building your portfolio, but I just want to plant a few ideas in your head that we've been working on coaching people through as they build up their business, giving them some advice and support to make sure that they grow and that they use some of this time while we're all spending a little bit more time at home, a little bit more time in downtime to really think about how they can achieve more in their property business. Now, some of these concepts may not be completely familiar to begin with, and that's where it's so important to tap into people who know how to do it. That's where coaching, support, and the tools that we can supply become really, really valuable to push you on with these things. So first thing to look at, if you're already involved in social housing, potentially in your target area, or if it's a strategy that's available in your area, have you considered 2+2 as a strategy, as opposed to just standard buy-to-lets let on a social housing basis, or even HMOs let on a social housing basis? This is a great way of squeezing more out of your property assets by putting in two social housing or universal credit local housing allowance recipients into one property. You haven't created a HMO, you haven't got into a licensing situation, you're probably not even in a situation where you've got to do bills inclusive or even start paying the council tax yourself, but you can sweat your asset a lot more and generate a lot more income. And you can also house people that it's very difficult to house as well. So you find there's support from the local authority and also from tenants in relation to this strategy. That's something that I've coached a number of people on putting into play in their portfolio, and it's a really good thing that you can put into play that will start generating additional income right now. On a couple of these that I've got it done before in some of my buy-to-let properties and some of the people that I've coached, this might be the difference of generating an extra 150 to 250 pounds a month cash flow on what's a fairly standard buy-to-let property. And all of our portfolios could do with all of those increases in cash flow at this particular point in time. Another thing that you should be looking at, if you're looking at building buy-to-lets into your portfolio at the moment, is there anything that you're looking at right now, or anything in your portfolio right now, that you could turn into a small unlicensed HMO, baby HMO, or multi-let right now, so that instead of that being one single income stream with a standard buy-to-let, you've turned it into 4 rooms that are all providing a rent on a weekly or monthly basis and really driving that additional income from your portfolio. That's a really important thing to look at, especially for those of us who might have properties in our portfolio that have been sitting there for a number of years that we haven't revisited. As things change in a marketplace, as areas change, as demand change, I like to go through, and this is one of the things that I encourage people I'm coaching to go through as well, reassess your portfolio on a regular basis. Every 6 months or so, what's changed in the marketplace? Because it may very well be, and I've identified this with a number of people that I've worked with previously, that they're letting something tick over as a buy-to-let, making maybe 100, 150, 200 pounds a month, but they're missing an opportunity to start renting that out on a room-by-room basis, and therefore maybe turn that into something that's making 300 to 500 pounds a month in terms of income. So that's something that you want to be using your time in lockdown doing, assessing what's going on with your current portfolio, but also any new opportunities that you're looking at. Make sure that you're thinking about this laterally. Is this just one opportunity here? Is this just a standard buy-to-let, or is there an opportunity here to sweat this asset a little bit more and make a little bit more money as a small unlicensed HMO or multi-let or baby HMO, depending on what terminology you're familiar with? The last thing to look at in terms of supercharging your income, well, we think about what's going on with the marketplace right now and confidence in the marketplace at the moment. and, you know, kind of where everybody's confidence level is right now. And we can see there's a lot of news out there, online, in the newspapers, in TV, about a potential dip in the marketplace. Now, to me, that just screams opportunity, and I want to make sure that I'm in a position where I can capitalize on that, and also the people that I'm working with, the people that I'm coaching, are in a position to capitalize on that as well. I was having a conversation with someone who I'm helping through this the other day, and we were talking about the fact that now's a really big opportunity to drive more volume to rent. And the reason why I say that is you're going to have some people that you're talking to at the moment, or potentially talking to over the next weeks and months, who are in a position, that conversation might have started off with them looking to sell a property. And it might have started off with you looking to buy that property. But if there is a dip in the marketplace, that starts to make it more difficult for that person to sell the property to you at a price that's acceptable to you. Because if the market drops by 5%, you're of course going to reduce your offer by that amount to make sure that it's a good deal for you as well. So that's why you want to have some additional strategies in your toolkit. And that's why maybe adding rent to rent as an option there, so that you can throw that out there. Maybe it's not buying the property, but it's actually offering that person a guaranteed rent for a period of time to be able to generate some income from that property, and then purchase it at a later stage potentially, or just take the income without having to use the outlay to buy it. The other reason this can work, and I was discussing this with someone who I was coaching the other day as well, is right now there are going to be a lot of opportunities in the marketplace. Now, if I've got a limited capital pot and I apply that to a rent-to-rent model rather than a purchase model, I might be able to spread that across 2, 3, 4, 5 deals rather than just 1 or 2 deals. So it means I can get more and capitalize on more at the moment. And these are the types of things that we look at when we're thinking entrepreneurially, when we're masterminding and coaching people about the best ways to maximize their performance. If you're interested in getting involved in that and really supercharging the income in your property portfolio, why don't you join us? We're here to help you. We're here to drive your business forward and provide support at this important point in time. Just have a look at the post section below to see where the link is to get more information and sign up.